The gambling industry doesn't just sell games, it sells hope. A dangerous, glittering hope to a generation drowning in despair. Today's young people were promised that hard work and ambition should lead to prosperity, but instead, they found themselves crushed by soaring rents, unrelenting debt, and wages that barely cover the basics. For many, the dream of success has become a cruel mirage, just out of reach. And into this vacuum steps the gambling industry, whispering, "Why struggle when you could win it all in an instant?" But this is no solution. It's a trap, preying on those who've lost hope. We stand at a crossroads in history, a moment when a generation finds itself disillusioned and disenfranchised. A generation for whom the dream of a better life has been turned into a gamble. A generation that watches the prosperity of their parents slip further and further out of reach. Not because they lack ambition or the will to succeed. On the contrary, they have ambition in abundance, but they live in a world where ambition no longer seems to matter, where the rewards for effort are elusive, and where the rules feel rigged, where the grind of survival leaves little room for dreams. This is the world into which the gambling industry has inserted itself like a parasite, feeding on the desperation of young people who feel betrayed by a system that promised so much and delivered so little. This is a generation that came of age during a time of soaring costs and stagnant wages. They were told that education was the key to success, only to graduate into an economy that saddled them with debt and offered jobs that barely covered rent. Housing prices have skyrocketed. Groceries are more expensive than ever. The simple act of starting a family or owning a home feels like a far-off fantasy for many. The industry sells gambling as a shortcut to greatness. It preys on the dreams of young people who want to break free from the grind. It's the young man who works 2 jobs and still can't make ends meet. He sees an ad for a sports betting app promising the thrill of quick wins and easy money. It's the single mother who dreams of giving her children a better life but feels trapped by a paycheck that's always too small. She turns to slot machines for a temporary respite from the daily stress, hoping for a chance for something more. These stories are not rare. They're everywhere, and the industry knows exactly how to exploit it. Through targeted ads, free bets, and apps designed to be addictive, the gambling industry creates an illusion of control and opportunity. It tells young people, you can beat the odds, you can win big, you can turn your life around in an instant. But this promise is a lie. The truth is that gambling doesn't reward ambition, it exploits it. It turns dreams into debts, hope into despair, and ambition into a weapon used against the very people who hold it. In a society that glorifies wealth and success, but offers few paths to achieve them, many young people feel adrift in a vast ocean of uncertainty. They're like sailors without a compass. Their ambitions are battered by the waves of precarious employment and corporate greed as they search desperately for a shore that keeps receding into the horizon. Gambling feels like a lifeboat, but this lifeboat is riddled with holes, sinking even faster than the ship they're trying to escape. And gambling's deception goes even deeper. It doesn't just exploit economic stress. It preys on the existential vacuum that so many young people feel in today's world. They're disconnected from traditional sources of meaning, community, family, purpose. Social media bombards them with images of others living glamorous lives, further deepening their sense of inadequacy. In this void, gambling offers not just money, but meaning. The flashing lights, the thrill of the game, the promise of a jackpot, all of it creates a temporary sense of control and purpose. It makes life feel exciting, even if just for a moment. But that excitement is a trap. Gambling doesn't fill the existential vacuum, it deepens it. It replaces true purpose with distraction, real connection with isolation, and lasting joy with the fleeting highs that come at an unbearable cost. Like the young woman who gambles her rent money, believing she's one bet away from changing her life, only to find she's on the brink of eviction. It's the college graduate who sees gambling as a way to escape his financial debt, only to spiral deeper into financial ruin. But the cost isn't just financial, it's emotional, relational, and generational. Gambling destroys trust between partners, alienates parents from children, and leaves families grappling with the fallout of shame, secrecy, and despair. And yet, the gambling industry thrives. It thrives because it's perfected the art of making people believe that their salvation lies in the very thing that's destroying them. This is not a coincidence, it's by design. The gambling industry spends billions crafting its traps. Its ads show young people winning big, living lavishly, achieving the freedom they crave. Its apps use psychological tricks, near misses, loyalty status, and free play offers that keep players hooked. Every feature, every algorithm, every carefully worded promotion is designed to exploit the vulnerabilities of a generation that feels disenchanted, disconnected, and desperate. This is not just a game. It's a system of exploitation, and it must be exposed for what it is. So how do we fight back? How do we protect a generation falling prey to an industry that profits from their pain? First, we need to address the root causes of disillusionment. This means fighting for economic justice, affordable housing, fair wages, and relief from the crushing student debt. We need to create a society where hard work and ambition are rewarded. Second, we must challenge the cultural narrative that equates success with wealth and status. True success is about connection, purpose, and the pursuit of a life well lived. It's about finding meaning in relationships, in creativity, and contributing to something greater than ourselves. Finally, we need to hold the gambling industry accountable. We need stricter regulations to protect young people, firm limits on advertising, and transparency around the predatory practices that fuel this crisis. The false promise of gambling is a reflection of the larger issues facing our society, but it's not the end of the story. Young people are resilient, they're resourceful, and they're capable of building lives of meaning and purpose, even in the face of adversity. But they need our support. They need a society that values their ambition, rewards their hard work, and offers them real opportunities, not just illusions of wealth dangled before them by predatory industries. Let's reject the false promises of gambling and fight for a future where no young person feels their only chance at success is a bet on a rigged game. If you're struggling with gambling and feel trapped by its false promises, know this: you are not alone, and there is a way out. Recovery is possible, and it begins by understanding the most effective methods to take back control of your life. If you feel trapped, I invite you to watch my video here on how to stop gambling. In that video, I share practical strategies and insights to help you break free from the grip of gambling. It's time to reclaim your ambition so you can direct it toward becoming the best version of yourself. See you in the next one.